am delighted on behalf of the board and management of FITC to be doing this welcome address on this very, very, very epoch-making event. It is with pleasure that I welcome you all to the third edition of the FITC the Innovation Cybersecurity Conference 2022. I would love to welcome particularly all of our online guests and participants and resource persons in this conference who have tuned in from all across the world, 6 continents of the world and over 35 countries. Please give a warm welcome to them as they tune in virtually. This conference is organized in collaboration with the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System PLC, NIPS. Again, 3 times our partner for the 3 years. Please put your hands together for NIPS and all who represent NIPS in the room today. We are delighted to have you. As organizations adopt massive data analytics, they must determine how to identify these risks created by data sets that integrate many types of incredibly sensitive customer information. They must also incorporate security controls and solutions and be adequately equipped to fight cyber threats and cyber attacks. The unprecedented increase in cyber threats and attacks have resulted in significant financial losses to both corporate entities and individuals globally. The interconnectivity of systems that we know means that a cyber attack in one single entity may expose other entities, whether they are individuals, whether they are businesses, whether they are corporations, and even nations, whether in different regions and continents, so these threats begin to permeate. This can have catastrophic impact on individuals, organizations, nations, and regions. And so it is against this backdrop that the highly innovative and engaging FITC the Innovation Cybersecurity Conference was designed. The conference aims to equip Chief Information Officer, CIOs, a number of them in this room and a lot of them signed on online.
My name is Timida Adekanye. I'm the Chief Risk and Compliance Officer for the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System. It is a pleasure to present this goodwill message on behalf of the Managing Director, CEO of NIPS, Premier Oil. So I'm delighted to join you today at the 2022 Think Innovation Conference. I believe this is the 3rd edition of the conference that's provided a forum to discuss serious issues that concern the financial industry, with accelerating the adoption of cybersecurity, reimagine, simplify, grow being the theme on this occasion. An area of particular interest is designing organizational cybersecurity risk mitigation strategies, and specifically around data security and online fraud, financial fraud.
Thank you very much. We'll start off now with the presentation from Chief.
What are we talking about in terms of cybersecurity and building that resilience that we're talking about? It is critical that we have it. Why? Because foresight is bringing the future into the present in order to do something about it. Cybersecurity requires foresight. Foresight is bringing the future into the present in order to do something about it, and that future is here and it is now.
And I think that we've seen that recent cyber incidents go beyond focusing on where the money is. There's been a lot of focus on financial institutions because of their interconnectedness, and of course that's where the money is. We've also seen cyber incidents attack other critical infrastructure like pipelines. We saw that in the US in 2021, and like hospitals. We saw that in Germany in the same year, I think 2020.
speakers, the last panelists have talked about the issues around digital transformation. It's part of one of my points. However, what leads to this all this input, right? We have the economic issues. Please go to the slide, next slide. Economic issues, we have issues that have to do with societal issues, geopolitical issues. We have tech, which is now the cyber attacks we talk about, right?
Thank you so much. Kayode Alberto, Stanbic IBTC. My question is actually for Dr. Muneni, but I want to believe if he's not on the online, you may still also assist. So he mentioned something about cooperation. You know, I mean, that's very key for managing digital issues. So I know that in this industry before now, we used to have NEF, Nigerian Electronic Fraud Forum. And I'm wondering that is it not high time that forum is resuscitated?
Joe Biden knew what he was doing when he said this must happen. That because they don't understand, somebody has to sit there and understand and interpret this thing. Because the CISO can come as much as you want. Don't forget, I mentioned before, they give you the money, right? Then you have to come and tell me in the board, return on security investment. Justify it for me.
I'm more interested in cybersecurity insurance. So if you look at cybersecurity insurance, what is the level of acceptance? What's the level of awareness? Are companies or banks or financial institutions taking it up?
Yes, cybersecurity is very important for both financial and non-financial service institutions because every organization faces cyber risk. So we need to secure ourselves, secure our business from cyber risk. So we need to talk about security, and that's where we are here to have this important conversation. You are welcome to FITC to provide the solution for the risk management of cyber risk exposure. Thank you for being here.
Data is life. And what happens when life is not safe? That's why it's very important that we should talk about cybersecurity, because that is how to secure data.
And a lot of people are starting to get sort of used to the idea that this is, again, not a technology problem. Senior management, where CISOs are becoming part of the board, and where CIOs and CAOs, and even the CEO is very interested in what is cyber, what is a cyber posture, how are we maturing within a cyber environment, and what are we doing?
What does that tell us? It means that the insurance value is real, and it's something that we should do.
ITC for inviting my organization, the Intergovernmental Action Group Against Money Laundering in West Africa, based in Dakar, Senegal. Once more, thank you for that presentation, and I must say I've been following since this morning the discussions. It's been very, very interesting and enlightening.
And clearly, there are lots of benefits. However, we are also faced with threats. So much threats. In fact, as had been mentioned by the speaker when I came in, that the fraudsters are actually going ahead, of the system. I can assure you that that is real.
And very warmly, thank every single person who has been on this journey with us today. And it's really very instructive how we have spent a whole day learning so much. We learned about the rise of digital and the need for cybersecurity. And we had so many people share insights with regards to how cybersecurity can... Sorry, sir. Thank you, Professor Nago. Thank you, Professor Nago. So we learned a whole lot about the rise of digital and the need for cybersecurity, and we had a lot of people share insights. It's amazing how much we have learned around that. Particularly interesting for me is the cyber governance. How come we all have all of these discussions and deliberations without making it a board responsibility and board role? And it is high time that we begin to do that. We also learned a whole lot with regards to designing organizational cybersecurity and the risk and mitigants in terms of strategies that we can deploy. very, very insightful deliberations in the kind of learnings that came up there, part of which is crystallizing our cyber risk and, of course, identifying them. The NIST framework was very impactful for me. I do not know about all of you. It is absolutely one of the biggest things that I took out of that session. And the biggest acronym of identity, protection, detection, response, and recovery is one that would not leave me, and I'm sure I speak for many. And then, of course, wonderful deliberations around cloud and the cloud strategy was very insightful. Some quotes for me I would never forget, and I don't know about you. One is, it is not if you would be attacked, but when you will be attacked. Another one is, if you don't like the risk management, you would like what?
Crisis management.
And I do know that there is really, really nobody who likes crisis management. So, as I hand over, I would like to say that some of the biggest things that we have also learned today is, as individuals, being aware and conscious of the risks that the digital world has brought to us, so that we on our own can begin to think about mitigants, can begin to become more conscious, can become more deliberate, can also become ambassadors of risk, because every one of us can speak to risk and create more awareness around that.
A powerful vote of thanks from our MD. I don't know how I'm going to top that, but I guess I'll just go ahead and give the official one. I'd like to thank everyone here. I'd like to especially thank our chairman, Ms. Aisha Ahmad. I'd like to thank this keynote speaker, Mr. Daniel Monet. Our plethora of speakers here today. I also like to extend the thanks of myself and my organization, FITC. On behalf of FITC, I'd like to thank the keynote sponsor here, NIBS, the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System. Our other sponsors in Union Bank, Central Bank, Bank of Industry, and Page Financials. Thank you for your support, and thank you so much for bringing this event to life. Finally, I'd like to thank our participants. You've all taken time out of your wonderful schedules, or your busy schedules rather, to attend today's event. And it's been a wonderfully engaging and insightful process. And it has also been top-charging as well. And we'd like to thank you for being a part of it. As the world has gradually moved towards digitization of businesses and their processes, it's important to have knowledge-sharing sessions such as this one. And FITC, with its vision of being an innovation-led and technology-driven knowledge organization, is privileged, to gather such great minds here today to brainstorm on the adoption of cybersecurity in all areas and cadres of business. Today, we've addressed a broad array of areas, from driving broad interest in cybersecurity and as a business continuity risk, to the challenges around migration of talent. It has been a wonderful session. On that note, I'd like to say, today is not the end of this wonderful conference. We have a virtual session tomorrow, and we'll have one plenary session tomorrow, and we'll have a series of breakout sessions. And we're going to be covering topics in the areas of regulation, looking at the regulatory perspective of cybersecurity and risk management in the Nigerian financial service sector.